Live like you're going to die. I know this subject sounds a bit dramatic and it's something that we may not feel comfortable to talk about. I know it sounds really serious, and before you switch off, I hope you can try and understand where I'm coming from. That in fact, if we can see our time here as a limited period of time, that can help put so many things in our life in perspective. So the first point is go for it. What do you want to do? Go for it. Stop holding yourself back. Stop procrastinating. What is it that you want to do? Ask yourself these questions. What's holding you back? What are your fears that are holding you back? I know so many of us, we let the fear of failure cripple us. If there's certain things you want to do, remember your time here is limited and go for it. Go for it, my dears. Sometimes you may not get the opportunity again. Whatever it is that you want to do, remember you may not get that opportunity again. So you have to grab it. If you live like life in a kind of like in a sense of urgency, in a healthy way, where you want to make the most of things, you want to grab the opportunities, you want to develop, you want to evolve, you will feel so much more enriched and fulfilled because you know that you're growing, you're stepping up to the next level, and it will make you feel so much better. But if you know that you're holding yourself back, you're scared about other people's opinion, what they're going to think of you, this, my lovelies, this, my dears, this is a very restrictive way of living. I know because I've lived like this for way too long. I know I was like kind of in a box in my own little world. I had to kind of swim out of it and be like, oh my God, what have I been doing all this time? Sometimes we make excuses for the things that we want to do. We stay in this victim mindset, thinking that we can't do this because unfortunately, I was born into this kind of situation. And I get it. Of course, not everyone is born into the perfect conditions, perfect settings in a family. But if we remember that our time here is limited, then we will conquer our fear and do the things that we need to do to make sure that we are living life to the fullest. When we remember that our time here is limited, we'll be like, F it, I'm going to go do it. And what you will realize, my dears, my lovelies, is that the rewards on the other side, every time before I travel solo, honestly, I can tell you that I work myself up. I get in a bit of state of anxiety before I go. Every time so far, touch wood, when I've done it on the other side, it's been so rewarding, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to push myself to conquer that fear. Because when you do that, when you conquer your fear, you realize that life is so beautiful. If you learn to conquer your fear, if you learn to stop caring about what people think about you, not letting that hold you back from doing the things that you really want to do, you are going to get to a place where you think, yes, I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing the things that I really want to do. There's nothing holding me back because you only get one shot. You only get one shot. Your time here is limited. Our time here is limited. And we forget that. We can forget that. Moving on to the next point, why it's healthy, my lovelies, why it's good and healthy to accept that our time here is limited. And if we can think about it often, not in a toxic way where we lock ourselves up in a room and become all sad and depressed. No, when we know that our time here is limited, that our time here is precious, that being alive is a gift, however long it may be. The next thing to remember, why this is a good thing, is that you won't sweat on the small stuff. We will stop worrying about things in life that are beyond our control. I think so many of us, including me, I was a serial worrier, overthinker. You stop taking things so seriously. You let go of things that you cannot control. You stop letting things drag you down, whether that's toxic people, people that have hurt you in the past. I think so often we can hold on to grudges and anger from the people that have hurt us in the past. There's a saying that says, holding a grudge is like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. I'm going to say that again. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison when you expect the other person to die. The person who it affects the most when you hold the grudge, when you are holding a grudge, it's not the other person, it's you. It's you that will slowly deteriorate. And you need to remember that. I want you to really remember that. I think so many of us, we hold on to anger and resentment from people. And this is something that can be so hard for us to let go. This does not mean condoning the actions that people have done to hurt us. It does not justify what people have done. But this is for you, understanding and accepting that life is short. Your time here is short. Do you really want to spend your time here at the lowest vibration of anger, resentment, jealousy, hate? Be the better person. Be the bigger person. If that's what it means, let it go, because you want to be operating in a high frequency where you know that there's better things for you in this world, because life is short. You don't want to waste your time on people who are causing you misery and who are toxic in relationships that are causing you misery and bringing you down. No. You want to be in a high frequency. And when you remember that your time here is limited, that's what it can help you do. You think, you know what? I don't have time. I don't have energy to waste on this. The next thing to remember when you remind yourself about your time here being limited, about your time here being short, is to focus on the things that really matter to you. I think so often, so many of us, we end up focusing on things that are not so important. We end up doing things that actually don't mean much to us. But we do it anyway because we're so used to doing it. Because we're scared about challenging the status quo. Because we're scared about trying something new. It's really important knowing that your time here is limited, it's finite, that you become aware and conscious that the way you spend your time is so important. So you need to ask yourself this question: are you doing the things that matter to you, that are important to you, the things that you value? And this is going to be different for everyone. Maybe we are a bit of a people pleaser. I think so many of us can relate to this. We go along with things, even though we don't really want to do something. We just say yes because we don't want to upset people. What can you stop doing right now that doesn't matter to you? Things that don't bring you meaning, things that don't bring you value. What can you stop doing? And then focus on what really matters to you. For some people, maybe they're stuck in a job that they really don't align with, that they really dislike. If you become aware that your time here is limited, like, do you really want to look back and think, I really wasted so much of my time doing something that I disliked? I don't think so. Maybe this will encourage you to take the steps that you need to go after the job that you really want to do. Go after that dream job, because you can. When you know that your time here is limited, you'll be like, oh shit, I need to get my skates on. And I think that's an amazing thing. And those are the people who go and make shit happen, because they know that it's not down to anyone else. It's down to you individually to make things happen. It's in your control. It's your responsibility, and you can. When you create a healthy relationship with accepting that our time here is limited, you will learn to seize the day. Carpe diem. I hope I've said it right. You will learn to surrender, to make the most of your time here. I think so often, including myself, I can do this. I fall into this trap. We get caught up living in the future or living in our past. We get caught up planning for the future. There's that saying, life happens when as you are planning for the future. We get so caught up that we'll do this thing once I've done this. I'll go to that trip once I've made this amount of money and so forth, you know. But we forget that it's the present moment that really matters. Now, this doesn't mean forget about all your responsibilities. No, but this means sometimes you have to make the most of your time in the present moment. Knowing that we don't have forever will make you appreciate what we have right now. Are you grabbing those opportunities? Are you taking that trip that your family wants to go on, but you've been holding back? You've been putting on hold because you think maybe next year, maybe the year after, maybe that time may never come. I know it may sound a bit dramatic, but the truth is sometimes you have to live in the moment. Sometimes this time, the opportunity may not come again, and you need to learn to be in the present. When we start stressing about the future, that's when we get stressed. That's when things become so overwhelming. But when you learn to live in the present moment, when you learn to accept, to live in flow with the universe and to surrender, to understand that the universe has your back, that the universe is working for you, not against you, then you can learn to live in the present and appreciate the present moment. Whether that means going to see your friends more, going to spend time with your family more, rather than working so that you can make more money for the future. Maybe we just need to take a minute to appreciate the things that we have. I think so often we forget to be grateful for what we have right now. I hope this video has maybe encouraged you or made you see our time here being limited in a different way. Let me know, comment below your thoughts on this topic. I would love to hear from you. I know it may be a bit serious, but I hope I have put it in a different perspective where you can understand where I am coming from. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you agree with the way I think about our time here. Maybe you may not agree. Let me know. Either way, I would love to hear from you. I hope you're all doing really well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Sending you my love. Bye.